Hi guys, long time no see, but welcome back to another Ark Nova replay analysis. My name is Randale und Hurra, or just Toby or Randall as I'm internationally called. And today we're having a look at another arena game I played. Actually, since my last video where I became a master on BGA in Ark Nova, I had a little bit of a burnout related to Ark Nova. I think I didn't enjoy the game as much as I did before because it was kind of a struggle to get to 700 elo. Also finished around top 30 um, in arena, which is also kind of a struggle for me. So props to the guys that play multiple games every day and thousands of games in total. Nothing I can really do. So I took a little break from Ark, and now I'm enjoying the game again and started playing Arena a little bit. Also playing a lot of Marine Worlds. I have some games with JD that I might review at some point because it's just interesting to see how the expansion is playing out and what strategies are viable in Marine Worlds. Little spoiler: it's complete bonkers what sometimes happens with the sea animals, with the action cards. Really crazy games that can be produced in Marine Worlds. But enough with the yapping. Let's jump into our game today. Um, let's go full screen. It's a game on Park Restaurant, and I play against Sasheme or Sashime, maybe fish lover. Um, and I checked his or her elo before. It was kind of the same as mine at the moment, like 640, and they were top 50 arena at the point. Myself, obviously, a little higher because I didn't play a lot, but I'm trying to get at least into top 100 this arena season. And we have predators, reptiles, and birds, so only animal species as projects. We are second player, and we do have Uniprio if we wanted to. End games are favorite, always nice to see, and architectural. Actually, something I like as well on Park Restaurant because you are kind of inclined to build around the Park Restaurant. And also, if you need, get a free aviary or reptile house, so just another building that might fill your map. But favorite zoo, obviously always very strong. Although, to be honest, I often struggle with getting to 15 rep because my playstyle is generally relying on very fast pace. So I'm not the best in optimizing the last point I can get from any sponsor cards or the rep track. Often I just try to race for a quick and dirty win. So let's see how it turns out this game. And we have quite some interesting cards here. First thing I remember was the fox and the caracal, so immediately two predators, maybe even playable round one. But we have a Soch at 4, so I think it might be a little bit of a struggle to build twice. We need an X token to play 2 animals then, and then support a project round 1, especially as second player. So still good keeps, but for a round 1 project, maybe a bit too risky. Then Herpetologist, very nice with reptiles as a base project. And Bard Owl Hut, also very nice with birds as a base project. Zebra, very strong card. You might argue that you already have two Africa icons, so Zebra might be playable quite early, but doesn't contribute to any project, so not very interesting. Also Red Panda, generically strong card, but also doesn't fit into any project really. And I remember these were the first four cards I selected. But then I saw the herbivore breeding program with the porcupine here. So I think that's the second viable choice. I don't know, maybe people would even go predators and this combo here. But I think sponsor cards, especially when they match the projects, are just too strong. So I decided to go for these four cards, also with favorite zoo in mind. To rep, always very nice to get that going. But I think there's really good arguments to go for Caracal and Fox here. Maybe even the right choice, and I went wrong with Porcupine and Herbivore breeding. Also because Europe might not be the most interesting partner zoo we want to have for later in the game. So in a display, we immediately have another European animal, the adder, which can be pretty strong. There's been a funny discussion about this card in the Arc Nova Emu Discord. How is it called? UEFA Discord. So some people really rate it very highly, and some people simply don't like it. It gives too appeal, and yeah, hypnosis can be very strong, but also very situational, and you have to be behind in appeal in the first place. Um, but definitely worth eyeing for with our strategy here. Breeding cooperation also very strong. I like the playgrounds, maybe not snappable, but I like them. A bird for the project here. And yeah, large animals, probably not very interesting. Round one, especially without the Marine Worlds buff, because it got buffed to, I think, one large animal for 2 CP and then maybe 2 and 3. Not quite sure, but it might be very strong round one now if you have one large animal and can support it for 2 CP in the next round, or maybe even the same round. So our opponent starts with taking cards, and he does snap the Marabou. And there's a Bavarian Forest National Park, perfect for our porcupine, but no need to snap it right away. I start with Europe, probably not really in danger that it's getting taken by the opponent, but still, oops, wrong button. Still nice to have, and we don't have anything else going on, so we really need Europe here. And the opponent takes Africa. So with the Marabou, they just took, maybe they also have a breeding program. And now I go ahead and snap the national park. So kind of interesting now. Bard Owlhut, very nice card early, but also pain to play with the 6 requirement sponsor strength. So I have to think about what I do here. But now with the Bavarian Forest National Park in hand, I decide to build a 5 size for the porcupine, because maybe not immediately, but after some time it will get released, and then I wanted to have a 5 size in hand for some nice chunky animal. And as a bonus, I get the X token here for my Bard Owl Hut, which we probably want to play. Opponent plays expert on Europe for a 1 size, nicely surrounding the park restaurant here. But not too scary of a card. And I go ahead and play the Bard Owl Hut here. Always Percept first. Archaeologist and Snowy Owl. Archaeologist, strong card. 3 border spaces left here. But Snowy Owl just very good with our Bard Owl Hut and the Birds project. So I keep that. And I actually place it on the marketing spot to immediately play Herpetologist. We don't have hand size, so we basically need to play everything as fast as possible so that we're left with these 3 cards, because I want to keep all of those 3. And the opponent goes ahead and plays the Marabou. And I remember this one. He's scavenging something and goes ahead and plays the Fennec Fox, which I discarded from the opening hand. So pretty lucky from opponent that he finds a playable 1 size animal. But also maybe he had a 1 size animal in hand and therefore played the expert on Europe. But yeah, goes nicely with the Africa Partner Zoo. Quite nice. I think he was happy when he found the Fennec Fox, and I just place a porcupine in a very spacious enclosure. Don't want to dig anything out of my hand for sure, but with his Africa Partner Zoo, probably the macaque can go. And with already 3 Africa icons, expert in Africa, also good card for him. So we're happy to dig those away. Yeah, basically now we want a break because not really a lot to do. Building, not really efficient now. Opponent goes ahead and snaps the Adventure Playground, which is immediately playable for them. But also now break is in reach for us. But we do have an interesting decision, and I would like your guys' opinion on this, because Orni shows up, which is a crazy strong card here. We have the Bard Owl Hut. We do need a second bird icon for the Snowy Owl to be playable, and we can snap it actually with spending an X token here. But if we snap it now, the opponent might cost a break, and then we have to discard one of those 4 cards, and we probably want to keep all of them. So my reasoning was maybe just break, and if the opponent doesn't have a project, I can play my herbivore breeding program, take snapping, and snap Orni right away. But now, after I've had a little time thinking about it, I think this was wrong, because I did go ahead and break here. Because I think it was quite obvious that the opponent has a project. Because why else would he take the Africa Partner Zoo and the Marabou? So he probably just kept the speculative bird breeding program, as you can see here, and goes ahead, upgrades animals, and snaps the Orni away. So yeah, I think this was very, very bad play from me. Yeah, maybe I thought just about rushing the game. I didn't have a lot of things to do, so just cause a break, get my first project out, and play on from that. But I still think Orni was quite important here with the Snowy Owl in hand. I remember I was debating what was best here. but I think I made the wrong decision. So I do have a breeding program as well. Funny, both players start with the breeding program here. And now I do something I never do. That's why this video might be educational a little bit for you as well as for me. Because I took 2CP worker. I've started doing this lately, but by far not as often as other top players. And I also take a worker here as my bonus, as we call it, the left worker. So now we have 2 workers already, 2 additional workers in round 2. Obviously, because we have another project in hand that we want to play as fast as possible. We have a partner zoo here at 5. I forgot to mention this. So I think I prioritized racing the CP track here quite highly. So I really don't know. I think it's interesting. So I tried it. Definitely viable with the partner zoo here, but also very risky. Let's see how it turns out this game. And also right now we don't have a playable animal. So we have to hope for our next card's action. Opponent builds the adventure playground on the marketing spot. And he built a 2 size there. So yeah, basically that's a problem with taking 2 additional workers. If I would have taken a card's action here, break is at 2, then the opponent can basically just break 5, do cards, or break 2 with the next token again, and cause the break while I sit on 2 workers. So I think it was reasonable to expect cards here. But also, as I mentioned, we're kind of left with no playable card at the moment. So not a nice situation to be in. And yeah, the opponent has Orni, so probably could have guessed that he wants to play the Orni. Also, I think maybe Xing something else back would have been better, because I really want to take a card's action. And if I X back something else, I can wait if the opponent plays Orni or breaks 5, and then afterwards decide to X back cards. Because now in this situation I can easily take cards for break 2 because the opponent can't cause the break. My reasoning was I wanted cards before build and animals, because I need to know what I build for. But yeah, now I'd like to take a cards action, so probably wrong. Now I go ahead and expect sponsors, which might surprise you. My first thought was just go ahead and expect build, because we don't know what to build for. But then I thought, and that's maybe a problem of my playstyle, well, I get an upgrade after I do the national park, because I do get my second partner zoo. What do I want to upgrade? And usually when you go for 2 CP worker, you're not supposed to upgrade build. At least the pros say you shouldn't. But at this point, I think I still have architectural zoo as an endgame. And I do have enough money to do a nice full build action. And yeah, as I said, you want to surround the park restaurant. If I upgrade build now, I'm left with only 2 other upgrades. So usually you want to upgrade animals. And then I can upgrade sponsors, assoc, or cards. With favorite zoo in hand, you probably want to upgrade cards. So I'd be left with no assoc and no sponsors upgrade. Obviously bad, because you might want to get 4 partner zoos here. And also sponsors upgrade is the meta nowadays. So maybe it was a wrong decision. But yeah, as you can already hear, I decided to leave build at 5 because I want to upgrade it next move and do a full build action. I do spend 2 X tokens. Also forgot to mention the opponent snapped away a common wall lizard. I mean, it's a reptile, but I don't really understand why it's snappable here. Yeah, I do get 1 rep. Partner Zoo, just Asia because it's the best, and maybe I have Snowy Owl in hand. And I do upgrade build. And I took Snapping. Interesting. Probably actually for breeding co-op. Could come in handy for birds, also reptiles. Yeah. Nothing else too interesting here. Opponent plays animals, gets 1 rep and upgrades sponsors. Gives us some money by playing a reptile. And that's about it. Also, how did they snap the lizard if their cards is at 5 now? Let me check. Ah, they took it from building. Okay. Then I understand it. So I go ahead and build. Don't know what for, so random free size, maybe eyeing the cougar here. Upgrading animals. Yeah, just kiosk pavilion for some income. And opponent takes cards from the deck. And I think I was debating here if it's worth snapping the cougar for my free size. Because I don't really want to play the dingo. But I think it's also viable just to take a cards action before and see what we get. And we get lucky, get a jungle, another project, which is very nice for the uni here. And the opponent actually goes ahead and breaks for us. So I have to discard 1 card, and that has to be Release of Patents. We don't have any signs yet, so this can go. We got a reptile here, might be interesting. But yeah, we also got cougar now for a free size, and a tamarin for the jungle. So the opponent snaps the cougar, so we don't have to worry about this. And I go ahead and snap the tamarin to release it. Barn owl here, really nice bird. Also, you might think, what are we doing now if the opponent has Orny in play? So kind of countered our bird engine here. But I think you don't like to see it. But if you have birds, birds is a project. Birds find birds. You have to play the birds, go for the project. Your opponent might get, I don't know, 6, 9, 12 money from you. But it's still worth it. And now I go ahead and play the breeding corporation. Yeah, just nice timing to get sponsors up high for a break. Well, actually, do we want a fast break? We do have 3 workers now. So yeah, we can take the round a little bit longer. Get 1 uni from here, take another uni manually, and actually with the 3rd worker, no idea what to do. So maybe this is another reason to not upgrade build and upgrade a Soch, because if you have a lot of workers, you need to spend them and need a way to spend them, like getting partner Zeus. But let's see how it plays out. The opponent doesn't have another project and takes Australia partner Zoo. So maybe eyeing the dingo and the kangaroo. Remember, we still have predators as a project. And I go ahead, play the tamarin, I think. And also, I was thinking if it's better to take one uni manually now and then play the tamarin, because then we get a clever and can boost a Soch higher a little bit at least. But I didn't go that route. Yeah, I don't know exactly why. Because now that the opponent didn't do a project, I think it's quite safe that we win the uni here. But yeah, I do go ahead and X down build. So yeah, probably build upgrade is just wrong if you take the 2 CP worker, because now we have an upgraded action and early in the game boost it down to, or clever it down to 1. So maybe because I plan on taking 2 sizes now, because otherwise I might want to spend my money building. And the opponent throws down an aviary very early, frees up the 4 size because he played the marabou into a 4 size. So we know that it was always the plan. And takes dingo. Yeah, very nice. Got the partner zoo, little bit of pack synergy, and another Australian animal and bird. So yeah, good card for the opponent probably. Little bit of iconic synergy and just another bird. He's going for the project as well. I go ahead and support the jungle. And take a uni. 10 money also not bad, but uni I think a little bit stronger. And I think fastest last worker ever for me. Yeah, now I sit here with 3 workers and actually need to find a way to spend them. And I do take 2 sizes. Place it on the card draw. Interesting. Maybe the Cayman for a 5 size. Oh, kangaroo. Maybe I just wanted to deny it from the opponent that has an empty 4 size and the Australia partner zoo. 5 cards in hand. So yeah, I think I denied it. And reptile breeding appears. Nothing yet that matches it. And I do take a cards action, interesting. Because now the opponent can break. And I don't have a sponsor to play. Usually I'm the kind of guy that then tries to find a sponsor card to use the sponsor's action, actually. But yeah, actually we can support reptiles at 2 with our breeding cooperation. So maybe it would have been better to X back cards one more time. Yeah, just try to get another project out. But I think I also want to take a uni here. Not necessarily a project. And yeah. But with the cards action, I definitely help the opponent to break away my workers. On the other hand, I desperately need to find some playable cards, and I snap the Barn Owl, which is just nice for 6 perception in total. And what did the opponent play? The Australian sea lion. So it turns out he had 4-size animal um, and can sunbathe very nicely here. 3 cards actually. And now the dingo. So add 3 predators, nice point lead. And I decide to play the barn owl probably. Yeah, I noticed I can't do anything good with my associate action down here. I definitely don't want to break. I don't want to spend the next token for rep because cards is not yet upgraded. So just the best action I can do is just play another bird and find something with perception maybe. And boy, we find something. Eagle Owl, Partner Zoo already in play, so definite keep here. And now nothing really. I mean, Bison is playable, but basically only worth it if you release it. And the other 3 cards are basically dead. Baboon Rock, maybe nice to fill the map if we go for architectural. Probably that's why I keep it. And yeah, okay. Now we do actually get a second bird icon for the snowy owl. And just found an eagle owl, which is playable. Obviously, the free size I speculatively built earlier doesn't really have any use, so might as well use it for one of these guys. And I do use it for the eagle owl. Some more appeal and ostrich plus python. So yeah, ostrich might be good for the 5 size. Rock python might become playable as well. 2 good cards. Actually, I think I kept ostrich, but now looking at it, it might be a little bit overkill because I do have the 4th bird in hand. I do have a breeding corporation, so 5 birds is basically secured. Yes, I do want to play more birds for perception, but also the more birds I play, the more money my opponent gets. So maybe this was a point where I could have gone for reptiles as the next project, but I do remember correctly, I went for the ostrich, probably just because of the 5 size I have here. And second perception is federal grants, which we like to see here. Another reptile. And Langer plus breeding program. Nice combo, but also you can only keep 5 cards. Federal grants. Yeah, probably Langer and breeding program is the best here, but for I don't know what reason, I take the Langer, but I don't take the breeding program that's basically already playable, and decide to go for federal grants. Maybe I thought I need a sponsor now, because yes, I do have 3 workers, but the opponent has 26 money, so I'm not quite sure if he needs to break here. So if he doesn't, I want a sponsor. But wrong again. It turns out he does break. So yeah, I think Langer plus primate breeding, keep, I don't know, ostrich, snowy owl, and bison for potential release. Release would have been better here. So yeah, Langer just goes now. And what was the other card? Kangaroo. Yeah, it's very good to look at your games after some time again, because in the game you sometimes just take a wrong decision, and in the review you can then see what would have been better. I feel like I should have seen the Langor primate breeding combo. No idea what I did there, but yeah, a little bit annoying, but it is what it is. The opponent snaps a Kookaburra. Very nice. Already 4 iconic plus another bird. And I build a 2 size. Not really important where. And what's snappable here? Quite some Herbies here. Maybe the Meerkat Den. Or actually Koala, because the opponent has a little bit of an Australia engine with the Kookaburra and his partner zoo. So yeah, 23 money to 60 money. Although income is quite level, the opponent just got so much money from breaking, not playing. Well, basically he played a lot of animals. So dangerous situation. I go ahead and take the uni manually. Maybe because I didn't want to get uni blocked here. And I upgrade cards. Yeah. At this point, already at 8 rep. Favorite zoo in hand. I think cards has to be the upgrade. So let's see if it was a costly mistake to upgrade build. Some people would say yes. I know a lot of people that don't like upgrading build here. But another reason why this might be educational. And we do get a Stoat because I draw from deck. Playable. Fits the Predators project, but probably not first prio. Actually, opponent takes a uni, so might have been interested in blocking us. And I just go ahead and play Federal Grants. Yeah, a little bit of money is nice. And the opponent builds 7. Oh, I don't remember this. Already built an aviary, but now goes ahead, build a 3 size and a 4 size. Up in the left here. Gets clever, clever's down cards. So we can expect the big animals action now. And what do we do here? Not really interested in building. Maybe some small build for Stoat. But we do have a 2 size for Snowy Owl, which probably is our next animal. Not enough money for Ostrich plus Snowy Owl. Enough money for Bison, but do we really want to play it? Oh, I actually take animals at 3 here. Not too sure about it. Yeah, I don't know. Another CP, already at 10 CP. And oops, I clicked a little bit fast there. Yeah, I decided to go for favorite. We're already at basically 3 CP, and the last few to 15 and 4 CP should be possible. Architectural not looking very likely at this point. I mean, we have 2 sizes, but filling the map is always quite a task. And sorry, we got some perception for Snowy Owl and Bard Owl Hut. Predator here, but we don't really have a lot of pack synergy, so I think Water Playground is my keep here. As I said in the beginning, I like the playgrounds a lot. And interesting 2 sponsors and 2 projects here. Geological, not really viable for us. Vasa small, nah. Maybe worth a thought, but I'm not the biggest fan of it. Expert in large, maybe a little bit more interesting for some future animals. And small animals also a good project to have, maybe for free CP if we play the Stoat. So maybe the right combo is small animals and Waza small here. Let's see what I took. Small animals and expert in large. Yeah. To be honest, not quite sure if any of these ever get played. So we do have a lot of cards, but I don't like the hand we have here. Nothing really related to any project. Could play a predator. No reptiles in hand. And yeah, stowed into a 5 size seems like a little bit of a waste. So I do decide to play the bison here. Get a sign slap to deny it from the opponent. And a meerkat then, which isn't the worst, but also not really our plan at the moment to play any herbies. But immediately a low mountain range appears. So I would have liked to play the ostrich in the 5 size and release it immediately. So very bad. I do remember, let's see, but I do remember it cost me quite a bit that this 5 size is occupied by the bison now. But I guess I was hoping for a release, Herbie release, or Europe release actually already out. We used it for the porcupine. So yeah, I think very questionable that I played the bison here. But yeah, we simply didn't have anything else. So now I go ahead and finally X-Back build again. So as you can see, I'm not really using the upgraded build here. And the opponent plays a cougar, 4th predator for him, and the kookaburra. Yeah, very nice. Some money from Orny, already 3 birds. So basically what do I do here? I can support birds for 5 or 4 to block the opponent. I do have a lot of cards, but actually I don't like the cards a lot. So I think I could just go ahead and take another cards action. Could also spend an X token, yeah, to support the project, play the water playground. Let's see. I do spend an X token to support birds. Get 5 money. Yeah, kind of broke all the time. Sorry, just have to go to the door real quick. Pause the video. All right, I'm back. Sorry for the interruption. So yeah, let's go full screen again and get some better view on the map. So, not really sure why I spent the X token here. Could have just drawn cards before, X back cards, play the water playground. I think we have time here because the opponent wants to do a project as well. Which he does. Predators for 4 CP. Still a lot of money here for the opponent. Gets 3 X tokens, so could break again because no more workers left. But still, so much money. So I think the opponent definitely should try to spend his money here. I can take time and play the water playground for some appeal. Next to the kiosk. Not the best placement in terms of enclosure space, but yeah. Opponent takes a cards action, okay. Doesn't want to break. I mean, yeah, maybe they find some playable animals. They have enclosures, they have money. And I do a build action here. Not too sure about it. yeah, I think that's definitely wrong. I don't need to build anything here. I do get a 2 size in after the break. I can't build a large enclosure here at this point with build at 3. So yeah, maybe just take a cards action. I do build a kiosk, pavilion for some money, and 1 size. Not even an enclosure. Opponent builds as well, 5 size. So yeah, even with 2 workers, it's not really worth staying in the round for me. I don't have anything to do. I could support reptiles actually with the breeding corporation. Small animals as well, but might want to wait with that. The opponent has 4 small animals as well, so we don't want to put that out for them. So what do I do? Now I take a cards action, so really wasted build action here. Primatologist, Duke, Savannah, not bad. And I take a low mountain range. Primatologist can go. Okay, 11 cards. But still, I don't know, maybe there is a clear path I don't see. But right now, Koala is not playable. Ostrich, you don't really want to play, but of course, that's why I took the low mountain range to release it eventually. Duke is a good animal, but also better better to release it, and we don't really need to play it at this point. All the sponsors are not really must plays, so yeah, really interesting what I do at this point in the game. And I did give the opponent time to play a dugong. Let me get this out of the way again. Discards the monkey here. Reptile breeding as well. Mandrill, okay. Interesting. And a sun bear here. Would be nice for us. Opponent doesn't have Asia, so probably just dicks it away. And yeah, gets 10 money here from 8 CP, so probably enough for another animal. Red deer flocks perfectly with the dugong. So yeah, just gave the opponent time to play animals and get a point lead. I think definitely wrong here from my side. And now I even play with 9 money, 1 stoat for 1 money. Only 3 appeal and a hunt. I do get a moose, but can't play anything else. Obviously, I don't have enclosures. I think I wanted to use my workers and tried to get a Soch to 5 to support reptiles at least. But the opponent now, out of workers, out of money, will 100% break here. So yeah, just some really questionable actions here in this round. The last 3 or 4 actions were not really good for me. Cards, build, stowed. Really not good. Opponent causes the break. I have to discard 6 cards and basically not even a problem. Science Lab unplayable. Science Lab unplayable. Baboon Rock, not really interested. Koala, I won't get. Australia Partner Zoo. Small animals, we do have 4. Might be worth a keep. Expert and large actually could go. Now I see we have Meerkat Den and Moose combo. Moose can flock with the bison, so I think these 2 are definite keeps. Duke. Maybe if we keep Moose, Duke. Expert and large could be keepable. Also ostrich and low mountain range, still a possibility. Savannah for the Stoat. I do think I kept Savannah, but this was a mistake because the opponent has Sea Lion to release and a leech of it. So yeah, let's just see. Okay, Africa release and Ostrich go. Yeah, maybe because opponent can leech of it as well with Marabou, but Savannah really not a good project to put out. But I do keep Meerkat, Den, and Moose. And yeah, now we have finally enough money to even play the Duke as well. Opponent gets to snap first, snaps Raccoon, yeah. Handy card to boost a Soch, and two size over card. So I do take Africa release away because of the Marabou. And maybe even snap Aquatic away because opponent has free water. Nothing else too interesting here. So yeah, I snap Aquatic away. Research is okay, but I mean, we have reptiles as a project. We have Savannah if we need to. So not really sure if we need 2 CP research. And we start with reptiles for 2. Just didn't find any other reptiles, so okay to do it for 2 now. And the opponent still doesn't have a project. Very lucky here. They take another uni for last upgrade, which is also cards. And take the grass snake from 10 rep here. So now I need to play the Meerkat Den to make the moose playable. I used the clever actually. Don't tell me again for build. I think now we actually want to build once for the Duke that we can play 2 animals. Yeah, so I clever down cards, get a Soch higher. Yeah, nice combo. But little spoiler, I did make a mistake here. So let's see what happens. Opponent plays animals at 3, Raccoon and White Rhino. Very strong. Boosts up a Soch immediately again. And probably took 5 Australia. I mean, species is also maxed out, but I don't have any Australia, so that's a 5 CP project I can't leech off. Very scary situation. I do build the 4 size for a Duke and draw a macaw. Pretty dead macaw. And the opponent goes ahead and supports Australia. 12 money, so already at 81 points. We do have a pretty nice animals action coming up. Draw 1 card here. Draw from deck, side entrance, yeah. Not bad. Especially with the multiplier we get on sponsors. And also the Duke. Five X tokens, very nice situation here. So yeah, basically now I have 3 workers left, but I don't have any money. Points are equal now. Opponent doesn't have any worker left, but a little bit of money. So it is kind of scary. The opponent might be able to cross here with some nice animals, maybe sponsors. Filling map, yeah, could be a potential risk. Opponent takes cards from the deck. And the first seal, yeah, could fit in a 5 size, which is to be built here. And I think now I realize my mistake. Because what project do I do here? I don't have Africa release, I don't have aquatic, so I have to do Savannah here. And I don't really want to put Savannah out with all these predators here for the opponent. So yeah, very bad planning. And there's a secretary word for potential Africa release. So yeah, I have to do Savannah here. Take 12 money because there's nothing else left, basically. A lot of projects in this game. No space for aviary or reptile house. And not more than 5x tokens. So now we're basically level. I have one worker left, but can only use it for last uni, which does nothing, or 2 rep for 2 appeal. So nothing too scary for the opponent. And the opponent builds a 5 size for the first seal probably, which is not playable, I think. Even with the discount, should be 14 with the discount, right? Hello? Can I see the first seal, please? No. Okay, we'll see. And takes the Mamba. So, yeah, I think we don't really want to cause the break here. Opponent might cross very soon after break, so we just want to get some tickets for Expert and Large. And I even decide to play the side entrance. Because actually, although I kept Favorite Zoo, which is maxed out, filling the map is quite a possibility here. We have 5, 8, 9 spots left. 2 size after the break, if there is another. So could be happening. But also we might find a way to cross here. As I said, we get 2 appeal from this worker for 2 rep. It's 90. Take another cards action. Maybe find some animals. Maybe some small Herbie. So it's totally on the opponent to cause the break, which he does. So we have a small point lead, but really not the best situation. Opponent has a 5 size, probably fills the map. Actually built the aviary only for the marabou. So usually you expect an eagle to come out if he builds the aviary. And he gets to snap a cobra, which is not playable for them, but would have been very nice for me. And I go ahead and place a 2 size. No, they go ahead and place a 2 size. There's a platypus, which is a Herbie. Yeah, 2 size up here and snap the platypus. Yeah, I mean it's 6 appeal at least. So what do we do here? We kind of want to fill the map for 7 plus 5 appeal, 12 appeal, build a pavilion while doing it for 13 appeal. We do have the possibility to release Secretary Bird, so we have to be careful though. If we have to build for the Secretary Bird, and we can't fill the map, play Secretary Bird plus maybe something else, and then release it because we would cross before that. So I have to decide, do I build a 4 size now? Nothing else, maybe just a pavilion. Then I'm at 89. Play the Secretary Bird for 7 points, is 96. So basically nothing else I could play then, and then release it for no relevant bonus here. Secretary Bird release is 11 points, so I would be ending at 107. And I think what I do here is just fill the map for those 8 immediate points and 5 points from side entrance, which should be more than the 107 I just calculated. And the opponent actually releases the dugong. No, the sea lion. Gets back a 4 size. So the opponent has aviary, 5 size, 4 size, and is about to fill the map, maybe with expert on Europe or posturing. Also very close to ending here. Only now gets the third worker. Remember, I had it at the end of round 1 already. Round 2, sorry. And so I think what I did here was wrong. The opponent probably wants to play animals. He has a Soch at 1 with 1 X token, so even if he has determination, he can't really do anything with it. So maybe I have time to take a cards action and find something better for the 5 size. Because what I do is I spend an X token, just go ahead, play animals. Secretary Bird, which is okay, 7 points and perception. Maybe I thought I'd find something with the perception, but still, what is there to find? I only have 2 sizes and 1 sizes. Sun Bear is already gone, as we know. So I think a cards action would have been better here. Maybe find some better big animal. I do have the money for an elephant or something. So definitely take a cards action here and hope that the opponent can't do a lot of things. And perception gives a Sumatran tiger. So just take the cards action, Toby. Play the Sumatran tiger, which isn't 7, but 8, 9 plus 6, 15 points. We had the enclosure ready for it. So yeah, costly mistake. And now we're left with a platypus for at least some meerkat den points. And we cross at 110. So not too confident at this point. We have side entrance 5 appeal, not enough Herbies, 1 CP for federal grants, 1 CP for breeding corp, nice, because we have 6 projects. And at least maxed out favorite zoo cheat code in itself. And the opponent luckily doesn't have any endgame showing. Export on Europe, very hard to reach. We do know he doesn't have architectural because he's probably filling the map. So let's see. Draws 1 card from deck and plays the first seal. Okay, which is nice for last worker. CP. And links. I mean, no determination. Not the craziest animals, but still good, juicy action, and the links perfect for 1 size enclosure to fill the map. So the opponent ends up with 117 points in the lead. And we have to pray for our end games. Opponent luckily only has large animal zoo. And I win the game by 10. So yeah, even if the opponent has a 4 CP end game, I win here. But would have been way closer, and even this is kind of close. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Definitely was worth it from my side because I found some mistakes there. Cards action I didn't talk to the opponent afterwards if they had something else to do, really. But yeah, maybe they can play some smaller animals. And do 2 animals actions. But yeah, seeing the Sumatran tiger, I probably should have taken a cards action. And I do remember, I think this game was quite long. Oh, does it work? Maybe refresh. Uh, Wait a minute. 34 turns. Yeah, pretty long. 5 breaks. One more than we're usually used to. And yeah, the opponent was 651, I was 645, so very even matchup elo-wise. And yeah, very lucky for me. I'm not that high in arena, so I got 25 points from that win. But yeah, as I said, I have some Marine Worlds games against JD. I might uh, choose some from them. Oh, it became dark here in my room. And yeah, let's see you guys for another Marine Worlds review. Hopefully not too far away. I'll try to find some time and upload another video. Bye guys!